Hey, what's good? It's Andrew from ProducerSociety.com. Today I'm going to talk about EQing the piano in GarageBand. It's actually pretty simple, as all things EQ. It doesn't really need to be that complicated, especially if things have been recorded correctly, or let's say if you've used a loop or something like that, or some other kind of recording, or maybe somebody already recorded it and they sent it to you and everything is recorded properly and it sounds good. But regardless, I'm just going to show you the easiest way first, which is to go down into your plugins. I got a piano right here. I guess we'll play it for you right now just to see what it sounds like. Really great chord progression. I like that a lot. Sounds awesome. So I'd say the first thing to do is you actually go down into your instruments. And you can find the piano in here, grand piano. So you got all these different piano presets. So let's put it on piano low. And the reason why we're doing that is because this particular piano recording is of course the lowest part of the piano. So we're going to be attacking the lowest frequencies. So you can see what that looks like right here. We've really jacked up the low frequencies, as you can see. So we're going to give that a shot right now and see how it sounds. Frankly, I think that we're not going to like it, and we're going to have to change it a little bit, but we'll see how it sounds regardless. So you'll notice that we really made it boomy. Frankly, it actually sounds good. I would say it sounds pretty good. It sounds great even. So we'll see what it sounds like now without it. Turning it on. So that's what that sounds like. So I would definitely recommend going into your presets and just trying all of the different presets. So you got piano high, piano bright, grand piano, etc., etc. So there's definitely a lot that you can get in there, as well as warm piano. So I'm actually going to leave this a little bit the way it is. I'm probably going to tear that down just a little bit. I'm going to pull this down just a little bit as well. And so we got this other piano right here, and it's panned to the right a little bit. So let's play it now. So that's what that sounds like. So we're going to throw up the channel EQ right here. And because it's more of the higher register, we're going to go down into keyboards. We're going to go piano high. We're going to see how that sounds now. It's pretty sparkly. So I'm actually going to ditch that. I'm going to ditch that. We're going to change it to something else because I find the hammer attack is too much. And the hammer is just the hammer that literally hits the keys whenever the person presses their fingers on the keys, just in case you don't know. I assume if you play the piano, you probably do know, but here we go. So we got the piano right here. Let's try this one. Personally, I think that sounds a lot better. So now we have these two EQs working in conjunction with each other. We got this one, and then we got this one. So let's play them together now. So I think that sounds dope, especially these two riffs. I love that chord progression. It sounds amazing. So I'm just going to talk about a few more things because, of course, you don't want to just learn about presets. Anybody can just go in and choose a preset. So I kind of have like a bit of an outline, which I wrote right here. So you can see here that I talk about the bottom end of the piano. The bottom end of the piano is between 80 and 120 hertz. So we can see that right here. Let's put this channel EQ up like this. And let's solo it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust some of these frequencies And then I'm going to show you what it sounds like when you attenuate the frequencies between 80 and 120. So as you can see, when you pull out between 80 and 120, you're really getting rid of that boominess. You're really getting rid of the bass. And we don't want to do that in this case because we actually want that boominess. It sounds fantastic. If we were to use this as a beat for a hip hop beat, we'd probably jack this down a little bit. We would probably pull that down because we'd want to make room for 808s and stuff like that. So we'd probably get rid of that and maybe drop it down to like this or something like that. That way we can make some room in the sonic image for the 808s and other bass instruments, assuming that we would use more instruments. The next thing to talk about is the presence of the piano, which is between 2.5 kilohertz and 5,000 kilohertz roughly, or 3,000 and 6,000, whatever you want to. However, all that stuff kind of varies. Different people have different ideas of where these frequencies lie. So let's solo this one and we'll play it. Remember, I'm going to show you between 2,000 and 6,000. I'll just show you what it sounds like when we adjust those frequencies, including an attenuation and a boost. By the way, I got a present for you. Go to producersociety.com/free mixing cheat sheet. That'll put you on my list to get a free mixing cheat sheet. And I send all kinds of cool tips and stuff that I don't share anywhere else. You can also join my forum at forum.producersociety.com. For now, it's totally free to sign up, but in the future, I'll probably lock it down and then turn it into a full course platform. Now we're going to do a cut. Really getting rid of those juicy sounds. So yeah, you can kind of see what's going on there. Moving on to the next part, we're going to reload this piano EQ just so it sounds normal again. So as you could see before, when I adjusted a certain frequency range, it really adjusted the crispiness and the hammer attack. So that was up in, I would say around 7,000. Some people say it's around 10,000. I would say it's between, 7,000 and 8,000. That's how my ear hears it anyway. So let's do that right now. I'll show you where that attack is. So you notice how when we boost that around 8400 hertz, we're really getting like the clicking sound of the hammer hitting the keys and then creating the sound. So that's when you adjust this range, when you boost that, you're going to get more of the attack, and then when you cut it out completely, you're going to get rid of the attack. Of course, you wouldn't use such a wide cue. That cue is ridiculous. But let's try adjusting it this way. So there we kind of got rid of the attack, but we're still keeping the higher end frequencies, so it still sounds relatively good. I would probably pull that down to maybe 4.5 instead. So yeah, you can kind of see what's going on here. There's a few more things I would like to mention to you too, such as the boxiness of the piano. So the boxiness of the piano is between 500 and 800 hertz. So let's actually get rid of this EQ. I rarely do this, so recall default. There we go. So let's we're in between here and here, in between here and here, I would say. Yeah, so let's do that. So you notice when we jack that up, we get a lot of boxiness. It sounds hollow. So let's actually pull that down. In many ways, it's almost kind of like, it's almost like the piano's muddiness range is in between 500 and 800 hertz, kind of. That's almost like that muddy sound of the piano. Whereas on the guitar, it's, in between 100 and 150, more like 80 and 150, around there. So of course these boosts and cuts are drastic. Realistically, you would only want to pull it down about this much. You wouldn't want to be crazy with it. So there's one more thing I wanted to mention, which is the boominess, and that I already kind of touched on it a little bit. So let's experiment with that. We're going to recall default right now. I hope I don't run out of disk space, by the way. You'll notice that in my videos, I always have that problem. So yeah, let's do 101, 200. You hear that boominess? It's so obvious, Especially around here, 128. So I hope this gives you a better idea of how to go about EQing your pianos. Now, what I would do, I usually keep my EQ adjustments fairly subtle. And not only that, but I usually use the presets and then I adjust them accordingly after. So in this case, I would drop this down a little bit because that's a little much. And then for this one, I would probably do more of like I would actually do it all on my own. So let's play them together right now. To my ear, that sounds good. The way that I've EQ'd that piano right here, I think that sounds pretty good. But anyway, so yeah, experiment with your presets, play around with them a bit, and just pay attention to those ranges that I just talked about. But anyway, that's all for this video. Hope this was helpful to you, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Oh yeah, make sure to like and subscribe as well. Yeah, see you later.